wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet. Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Ad Astra. All the standing around is making me so sleepy.
Give me a moment to compose myself. Time for takeoff. Brace yourself. Yahoo! Yeah.
Ayu.
Let's play! Wouldn't gliding be faster? Think you can get away? Brace yourself!
Rain, if only you could cleanse the corrupt souls of this world.
As a matter of fact, Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at...
What is it with...
I believe you'll be looking...
Ooh, looking...
I have no reason to doubt you. I'm sure the details can be worked out. Add Ash...
Hey, are you Uncle Dai?
I am indeed. Ah, now then. You must be the adventurers assigned by the guild.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
Right again! You're pretty perceptive!
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo woo! That's why we're here! Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So there is someone else! Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh? And why might that be?
Because Tevat's #1 rock expert happens to be a friend of ours. Ha-ha! Didn't expect that, did... Hanobet's Young Lee is listening to the storyteller. Let's head over.
In our last tale, Rex...
Young Lee, there you are!
Oh, here for a few tales? I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you!
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands geology and ore.
Someone who understands geology and ore.
Take a look around. Is there anyone in Tevat more qualified? The requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock expert, but Paimon doesn't believe a word of it. Nobody understands rocks better than you.
You appear to have taken his claim quite personally on my behalf.
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai doesn't know what he's talking about. Paimon just wants to enlighten him.
I see. Well then, it will be my pleasure to accompany you.
Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, I cannot necessarily claim to be a leading authority. We are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still, I imagine I will be of help to you in this endeavor. If we do encounter an expert, I look forward to broadening my own understandings.
Stop being so modest, Young Lee. Well, we got him. Let's head back to Uncle Dai.
gliding be faster?
Uncle Dai, we're back!
Oh, and this must be the friend you spoke of?
Yep. Paimon doesn't know who your rock expert is, but he's got nothing on our guy.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I do have a claim to some experience in this field.
Uh-huh, so you say. Wait till my guy gets here, then we'll see. It's no use me singing his praises. You'll have to see for yourselves.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Allow me to introduce my assistant, Kun-jun. Young Kun, these are two adventurers assigned to it. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhang Li. I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I am sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor?
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? Not...
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhang Li wins, he's the...
A contest? Why, it would be my...
I admire your enthusiasm.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Stop talking the talk and...
I'm just saying it like I see it. Which is, incidentally, the only skill I have worth talking about.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kun-jun.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while.
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them. I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
So, do you have a poor memory?
Not exactly. Anyway, if it's rocks, Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption. If I'm not mistaken, this is a rough gem from another nation.
Ah, a keen eye.
It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface layer, black veining. My intuition tells me that there's high-quality crystal ore inside.
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The seller thought it was some leftover industrial remnant. They had no inkling of the purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious crystals contain deposits of water or sand. In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket of water. For water to be hidden in its depths, like a moon concealed within a mountain, reflecting shafts.
Such a detailed description. Almost like you saw it with... Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why crystals with water deposits are so sought after. Moreover, this particular crystal contains mountain lake water. A rare find indeed.
Well, if Zhongli says so, it must be true.
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as yours, Mr. Zhongli. How did you know exactly what lay within?
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognized it immediately. I hope you didn't mind me flaunting my experience, Mr. Kun-jun.
Of course not. I feel I've met a kindred spirit here today. I hope you will accept my friendship. Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to join us. Trust me when I say that his level of expertise is unrivaled in the trade. You won't come across another of his caliber in your lifetime.
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all. Everyone, follow me to the chasm. There are men counting on you to find them.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Whoa, this mine is huge!
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to other matters. When we returned, the 4 men we'd left behind had vanished. I led a team around the entire mine, but found no trace. That's when I decided to enlist help.
So 4 miners have disappeared.
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost Long, Bold Sen, Brave Sen, and Mao. I worked with all of them.
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their lives. Could it be that the 4 of them left for another mine?
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for miles around, and we didn't pass any other mines on the way over.
Huh. Such a huge mine. Did you really manage to explore every corner?
Underground, overground, we left no stone unturned. We tried everything short of digging further into the earth itself. How could 4 sturdy young men just vanish into the bedrock?
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before extracting any conclusions.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever you'd like. If you come across any clues, let me know straight away.
So strange. How could the 4 of them just suddenly disappear? Did they run away from something? Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts, some trousers.
A few everyday items. They must belong to Uncle Dai and his men.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, that seems right. 10 shirts, 10 pairs of trousers. These must be spares, right? Look, Uncle Dai's clothes are identical.
The 4 of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs and some soap lying around. Oh, and some tool belts.
Items for washing one's face before the dawn shift. Mining equipment.
So, they didn't take any supplies.
Correct. Improbable. There are 4 pickaxes missing. It seems likely they left with the tools of their trade. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items? Curious.
Huh. Why would...
1, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing as they've yet to return, this seems an unlikely hypothesis. Or 2, they were forced to leave and had no time to think about their supplies. It's certainly a possibility. We'll need more clues before any further inference can be made.
If they didn't leave, maybe they were made to leave. Let's make a note. Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. A moment, please. Okay.
Looks like he's concentrating really hard. What's he up to?
I see 4 men following someone out of the mine. It looks like a child.
A child?
I'm...
Also,
Oh, I don't mean see in the traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I'm about to tell you remained a secret. I can perceive the memories of ore.
huh?
Perceive? So there's no...
You mean you can put your
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events that occur in the surrounding area. All I have to do...
Amazing!
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore and white iron ore, aren't up to much. Their memories are... Core lapis and crystal memories are much stronger. They record more events and in greater detail.
Stone seeing. Fascinating.
I'm glad I can be of assistance. Based on what I saw, I believe they...
This will take us north, away from...
North. Another clue for Uncle Guy. Let's make a note of it.
Excuse me, sir. Are you one of the workers here?
Ah, yes. You must be here about the disappearance. Please, find them if you can. I don't know what happened. The weather was gloomy that day. The foreman left with a few men. I stayed behind with the other 4. After a while, I decided to take a break, just to catch my breath. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside. When I woke up, there was no sight of them. I'd only just been speaking with them and suddenly they'd vanished. Maybe I'm next.
So the men that were out working disappeared, with the only one left to tell the tale having been asleep in a shelter. Perhaps an accident occurred on site.
What a scary thought. An on-site accident. We should note that down too. Found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Di.
You're back. How are the investigations going?
We found 3 clues in the vicinity. First, there are 4 missing pickaxes, yet everyday items are still in their place. This suggests that your men didn't leave of their own accord, but were forced to.
Forced to? But who would kidnap miners?
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left the site to take respite. When he awoke, his colleagues had disappeared without a trace. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early emerged safe and sound. It would appear that the incident occurred on site.
Now that you mention it, I recall Bravo saying that he took a break. Could someone have entered the site and simply walked away with them?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kun-jun here made good use of his, expert techniques to arrive at a conclusion. It was a child that took your men away.
A child? But there are no settlements here for miles around. There's no way a child would have made it over to the mine.
Unlikely as it sounds, that's our conclusion. Your men were following a child.
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north, away from the mine and toward the ruins.
North? Right. I'll rally my men and head in pursuit. You've been invaluable to the investigation, but leave the legwork to us. If we set off now and make haste, we might be able to catch them.
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6 days ago. Even if they set out on foot, they will have covered a lot of ground by now.
You're right. New plan. I'll lead my search party over to the settlements further out and make some inquiries. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for the night. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues.
Agreed.
All right. Me and my men...
So, they're gonna talk to the people over at the settlements while we keep investigating here.
Correct.
But there aren't any...
Wait. I believe we're missing...
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kun?
Guess we can rest a bit.
Kun-jun, what are you searching for? We're all out of clues. Let's get going.
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall? Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have for it?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish. It's an unpleasant sensation.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you forgot.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, I decided to look for some. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor,
Really? Oh.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great! Let's have a look. Wait! There are tracks here! These must have been left by the
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept moving.
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to find where they went. Oh no, the footprints end here.
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Let the show begin.
A miner.
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm
Jeez, whatever.
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Huh. This child. Did you see what they look like?
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smiling. In fact, she looked very serious.
And they took this?
Yes, they followed it.
Let's go after...
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
More footprints. There's a person over there!
Help! Please save me!
Is that one of the people we're looking for? Oh, rescue first! Ask questions later.
Time for takeoff.
Teamwork is strength!
Verdict is... Ha! 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 Ha!
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before... My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue's Shengyu Hall.
Huh?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas. Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some... I was in a hurry. I didn't...
I think that's all we needed to...
I hope it's useful. I'd better get going.
According to to the scholar, the miners were heading for Nantiamun.
Can we be absolutely sure that...
A child with a group of adults sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha!
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing.
It feels like...
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed... The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day...
Great! No time to live...
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking. Hey! Over here on the ground!
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey! Hello?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Should we wake him up?
I can...
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Paimon heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need.
So he was kidnapped. But if they didn't need him...
Unless something happened.
Ugh. Paimon's had an...
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments is just...
What is it?
Something.
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. After setting out with you on this case, it feels like a fog is lifting. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to... These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is
It's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Shangli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary, I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no danger here. Oh, however...
Huh?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
You mean the ore that Kunjun...
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed as a product of elemental reactions.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago.
Cool.
And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Why is it then that a citizen of Liyue now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, weird.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivation...
Ulterior motive?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. We're drawing close when you're well rested. We should ensure...
Let's dance.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing... Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say.
So there's never an...
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for...
Indeed. Let's... Wow.
And there's so many mysterious...
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this... All right then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh! This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing... not...
Whatever. Hyman's... If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to get a good look at our surroundings from up there.
Oh.
When has Paimon ever come up... Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right.
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice... Quick, let's...
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until they opened the gate.
So behind the seal, there's... What do we do? We can't hurt them. What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Stabilize!
Detestable!
Let the show begin.
Rise! Gather!
Hey? Everybody stand back!
Burn!
Let's dance.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Let's play. Here we go. Wouldn't gliding be fast? Think you can get away?
Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
yourselves. How rude.
La, 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 la. Let's dance.
Fisher!
Solidify!
Yahoo!
There is no atonement.
Teamwork is
For 1,000 years.
Order guide you.
Time for takeoff.
I'll protect us.
Lorax! You think you can destroy me?
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Brace yourselves. Let's play. Think you can get away?
Fisher!
I'm going in.
Burn!
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ashtaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice.
Ashtaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Ashtaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Ashtaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Ashtaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Ashtaha.
So there are two Ashtahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax, and aid him in stopping you.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
Ajdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No! No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished.
Are you satisfied, Ishtaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Ajda. This, I will remember this.
Your power is nearly spent.
Ah, perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly... Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those 3 miners are over there, in that cave.
Cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go...
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ajdaha. You're coming back to...
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a
You always did have a great...
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much.
Ajdaha, I am no longer the Geo-Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You were always the strongest among us. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm, did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend.
Thank you, Ajdaha.
My life is at an end. I will join the eternal flow of time. And you...
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's on...
Wow. That was so...
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years...
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ajdaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Ajdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ajdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. Towards Leo, he was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world. That I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot.
Call it, I must thank you.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived...
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information?
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with...
It was signed before it all began. I have always... You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues. There are many events of ages past, many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time, but you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path,
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
You dare overstep your mortal authority? Crumble!
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Yeah. Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Written in the stars. Fate is upon you. Leave my space.
Off we go. Blaze over.
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of
Stand
pain!
back. Off we go.
Today,
Let's
you
light it up.
witness your reckoning!
I'm going in. Let's light it up. Adventure time. Yeah. Teamwork is dreamwork.
We're way behind.
Let's light it up.
All hail.
Let's light it up.
Earth will not absolve you!
Adventure time. Couldn't break the curse.
absolve you! Today, you witness your reckoning!
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Let's dance. Ready, steady, go!
Fisher!
The victor has been decided.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain! You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not! Come, experience an eon of suffering!
Go, Barbara!
Impossible!
No, my sword!
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
Let the show begin.
You dare overstep your mortal authority? Crumble! There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
My contract goes unfulfilled.
You witness your reckoning!
Protect us.
You dare overstep your mortal authority? Crumble!
That's gonna hurt. Why do they never miss? Here we go. Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Let the show be.
Let's play. Brace yourselves. Everybody stand! Think you can get away?
Oh. Hi.
Time for retribution! retribution!
There is no atonement for 1,000-year
I'll protect
pain!
us.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Let's dance.
Verdict is...
Enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Eek. Ready, steady, go!
You stand upon your
I'll
tomb,
protect us.
though you know it not.
Tight.
Let's light it up!
Experience an eon of suffering.
Yeah. Let's light it up!
Yeah. What a gliding.
Time for takeoff.
Let's dance.
I'm going in!
Burn!
Back to the Earth! I will not be destroyed!
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
I'll protect us.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Poor time. Poor time. Passable left. Poor time. Poor time.
Teamwork is great. Light it up. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Adventure time.
Not bad. Not bad. Poor time. Poor time. Fine opportunity. Passable. Progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Time to light it up. Let we go.
Time for retribution!
Punishment. Higher, higher, hands on fire. Let's light it up. We go. Everybody stand back.
Verdict is...
Adventure time. Light. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Time to go. This is just flight. I created another...
Need my help as usual? Think you can bully me? Gee. I'm a rock.
Let's light it up! Rain cutter! Let's light it up!
Verdict is...
Rain outlines your fate. Everybody stand!
Time for retribution! Ha!
outlines your fate.
I'm here. Let's go, let's go.
We're open. Burn.
No, my sword!
Verdict is...
I'm here. Whoop. Ha. I'm a rock.
Rain outlines... Off we go! Time to act. No, my sword!
Can't handle your drink.
I'm going in!
Burn. Ha! Ha!
Pew pew. I'm a rock. Yeah.
Ready for a rehearsal?
Pew pew.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Yahoo! Let's play! Think you can get away? Brace yourselves! Yahoo!
Verdict is... Ha! Ha!
I'm a rock.
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Let's play.
Pew pew! Diana Special!
Here we go. Think you can get away?
Yeah!
Let's play. Brace yourselves.
Pew pew!
Let's play. Let's light it up.
Can't handle your drink. I'm here.
for takeoff. Yahoo! Wouldn't gliding be faster? Pew-pew!
Another test subject.
Think you can get away?
Jab cross. Picked the wrong test subject.
Let's light it up!
Ha! Ha!
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna hurt in the morning.
Ha! Ha! Burn! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Time for takeoff. Let's play. Yahoo!
Ha!
Brace yourselves. I'm a rock.
Ha!
Amigas.
Yahoo! Yeah.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend That simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination. I will not go into too much detail, but the teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot. But that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at!
Oh, settle down now, children. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed, Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glaze... You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glaze lilies. And if you were... But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to... Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely... In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an Adepti treasure, and the Adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with... Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for...
Yes. I suppose she
counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like...
Oh, maybe so.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yanfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yanfei, I believe you already heard of the trap.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by a shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details, and if you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. You'll have to excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
An Adeptus? I guess, kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the minister—
Is that so? Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liu.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance.
Whoa, that's a real
commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare— He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell, so I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have— Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Best we be a little more careful than usual.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here to—
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhiqiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Ms. Zhiqiao. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Ms. Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address.
Thanks a lot, Mr.
I'm here. Look at you!
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from my associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind?
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Jichao somehow. True. Though surely there must...
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we... Jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got...
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please, Don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay however much it is. I will have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Monsieur Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment.
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's...
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jichao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mora! Do you have any idea what I had... I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again... It was in fact genuine Smaragdus Jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
A copy of each invoice is...
Miss Yunfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hair...
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest...
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep... It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than...
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ah, I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly...
Precious curios.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! It's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that... Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus Nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus Nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to and, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossel...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Adventurer.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossel did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus Jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of...
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't...
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find... If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry... Nope. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very... But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
Try your luck betting on Jade? Try your luck betting on Jade?
Oh, what should I try this time?